Good morning, everybody. I'm having some technical difficulties today, if y'all can't tell by the way this whole intro happened. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hopefully that's all the technical difficulties I have and none on the charts. So, all right. Think we're good. I'm like, what is going on? I look at my camera. The display was like messed up. Anyways, all right. There's only a minute till the market opens here, so let's jump right in it. I'm actually going to skip the higher time frames for right this second, so I can jump into this 15-minute chart and show what I'm seeing. Right now, we have the London range untapped, so there's a bit of some smoothness down here. So I'm looking at this as a sell side liquidity right in here with an overall sell side liquidity here. We still have a big imbalance over here, and we have the London high. So I think, and then we also have this new week opening gap up here. Okay, so because of that, what I'm going to do is I'm waiting for the market to open here in less than a minute, and I want to see which side we take first. Now, if we just go straight up to buy side, if we just take this London high, we do have this 15-minute imbalance. But I believe what we would do is just go up and go somewhere into this new week opening gap. So, but I would prefer, if it is going to go up, to come down here first and then go up. So we'll see what happens at the open here. But now let me go to the higher time frames so I can go over that. The daily chart, basically Friday, we went way up and we closed up. We actually inverted this daily fair value gap, not by much, but we did. Okay, so then we opened today, and we've already went way down, or Sunday night. We've already went way down into here, into this wick. So I'm actually kind of flipping, unless something happens and we just start really coming down. I'm flipping a little more bullish, but we'll see what happens here. It's only Monday, and yeah, we're still inside Friday's range. Look at that. Went straight up. The 4-hour chart here, I'm looking at this inversion. Okay, so we have this fair value gap that turned into an inversion right here. And then we displaced, well, we didn't displace, but we had a fair value gap below it. And we pulled back up into this area. So right where we were is what I was watching to see if this inversion and this bearish fair value gap would keep price down or not. So I wanted to see that. And the 1 hour, all I really was watching on the 1 hour is we had a fair value gap down here. So if we did come down, I wanted to see if we'd get through that or not. But yeah, like I said, I'm flipping more bullish because of this daily chart, the way it kind of operated right here. Oh, that's the weekly. The daily chart, how it operated right here, like we went way up. And we've already come down into this wick, so I'm leaning more bullish. See if we go, and we've already traded through this volume imbalance, but we've never closed on the other side of it. We still have that weekly volume imbalance up there. So we'll see what we do. We'll see. And like I say, there we go. We hit that new week opening gap up there. And now let's see if we come down and take this sell side before ultimately continuing in the direction it decides. It's kind of what I'm looking at for today. Morning, y'all. Morning, Chris, Greasy, Benton, Tony, Will. How was everybody's weekend? I hope y'all had a great weekend. Still trying to get this sinus completely cleared out. It's not stuffy anymore, but it like comes and goes a little bit. It's all our weather changing that we're having down here. Man, we're having some bad weather changes. 80 degrees one day, and then a high of 50 the next. Literally. Morning, David. I think I saw there was a Fed speaker earlier, but I think he's done by now. Yeah, there's no other real news today. Because this new week opening gap was so large, it's about 40 plus points. I went ahead and marked the midpoint of it as well. Yeah, still a little bit in my nose. Hopefully when this weather settles down. Feel fine. That's the big thing. At least all week with my sinus problems. I think one day, Friday afternoon, I started getting a headache, but that was it. Sorry, y'all. I was just checking something real quick. Morning, morning, morning. Now, what I was saying, though, too, is I don't know, like, this is going to be a key area because I do think I was waiting for it to. Oh, crap. Hold on. I forgot to change something on my weekly. Forgot to change my weekly last week's high and low. Let me update that Because I always like to have the previous week high and low there. There we go. Okay. Now we're back to the 1 minute chart. Yeah, so what I was saying is basically, if we do come down after we took this London high, hit the new week opening gap up there, if we do start making our way down, I had this sell side liquidity. Not fully convinced we get much further below this area. The mid 8s, 850, 890. Sorry, that looks really rough. 890 maybe into 850, this area, if we do come down. So we'll see, because I'm flipping a little bit more bullish from that daily chart like I was showing. But in the morning session here, I do think that this area might get hit. That 883. So we'll see. But we might not. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's take a look. And I mean, it's been like this entire year. Like I've been trading really well, and I've been having a really good year. But the thing is that it hasn't been like the market hasn't been great. Like we've been in this range, this consolidation, and this whole like this area for a long time. So it is making it a little more, difficult than what it is normally, and you got to be a lot more patient for sure, and really, pick your spots. Hate when I accidentally click something like that. All right, let's see here. Man, I need to get this sinus. We're going to get a little sibby right here, probably. Hey, have y'all noticed? Have y'all looked at the new Apex account dashboard? It's pretty sweet. Where you go into account details, and you can see everything. The status of your accounts, your standing, what's required to pay out. They're doing an awesome job at all that stuff there. Oh, you know what I forgot to check? The opening range gap. Dang. How did I forget that? Close. We got our open down here. Oh, yeah, nice. So we've already went to the midpoint of it. 981 to 078. There we go. Right there. Nice. However, might not get an entry. Let's see. Doesn't look like it. Morning, cream cheese. So, yeah. Came straight down to where I was thinking, but no entry. So basically what I was just saying, if this area holds up, 890 to 850 area. Oh, hold on a second. We left that low there so far. I don't like taking a trade at down here. But we left that low untouched and created relative equal lows right there. So as of right now, it's not a lot of room. I don't see a reason why price would stop right here. Hey, Shadow. Good to see you. So basically, oh, hold on a second. We just pulled back up into there. Let's check this 15-second chart, and I want to see if I even have room that I'm comfortable with. Because down here, 890, no, I don't have no room. Well, we haven't taken the London low, so we'll probably get down to that London low. But we could oscillate a little bit. Actually, I might take this if I get an entry here. Nah, I'm not. I'm just going to wait. Because my entry would have been somewhere, like it finally closed down here. My entry would have been way down here, like 878. And there's just not room for me here. So it'll likely go down there. But like I said, this area, I'm not confident in it going below, or at least taking a trade to go through it. So if it is, I do have a sell side down here at 807.25. So first, if I'm going to go short, since I didn't get anything in this move down here, there was nothing for me. That means I need it to show me that it's willing to trade straight through this 850 area. Before I could just go short on that. Because with me flipping a little more to the bullish side, what I could see happening is this being the draw on liquidity here, and then somewhere in this area, start making our way all the way up. So let's see. It's still early. If this fair value gap becomes an inversion, that might be telling. But of course, we have all this imbalance in this move down that's been untouched too. So anybody catch any of that short? I do think we come back up here, close the opening range gap, get up through that new week opening gap. If this area down here holds up, we'll see if we make a lower low or not. So what I like to see on reversals is, y'all know, I always like to see, I love a breaker with an inversion, that golden inversion. So we have this low, we made this high. I would love to see it take this low with a fair value gap, a SIBI, and then we create an inversion with a new fair value gap up, take this high for a breaker, bullish breaker, pull back to it, and then keep going up. That's like my favorite setup there. However, it doesn't always do that, right? Like, it's not always saying, hey, here's your favorite setup. So what it could do is make a low, and then I'll be watching this high, and then see if it comes down, and if we get a failure swing somewhere. And then go up. So remember last week, Friday, when I was talking about the market structure developing, you know, in real time. And that's where you're looking, like last week was the highs, because I was looking at for market structure to develop to be bearish. Today, I'm looking, since we're in this area right here, for market structure to develop to be bullish. And because of that, it's just going to be the opposite. I want this, well, I want it to create a long-term low. This one might not be that yet, but we'll see. It could be. So if this one does develop into a long-term, where's my erase button? Where's my eraser? There we go. A long-term low, then I want to see this be protected. And then same thing in that opposite direction. I want to see a short-term high created, intermediate term high, low, intermediate term low, and then a short-term low, and then displacement to the long side. So we'll see. However, if it just displaces, then I'm okay with that too. And it's crazy because like Friday, if y'all saw how I marked it all up, like you can almost always predict when the displacement comes. If you're looking at those like that, like we had a long-term high, then we finally developed that short-term high, then we came up, we made that intermediate term high, right? Then we came down and I said, oh, I want to see it pull back one more time for that short-term high. And then within a few bars, like 2, 3, 4 bars, we should see displacement. And boom. That's like how you can really anticipate it. I mean, it works like clockwork, so it's nice. However, like you don't have to always wait for that because there's times, as y'all know, the market just takes off, right? So like right here, we could have a failure swing. It came immediately back up above that sell side liquidity. So that's telling also. It came right down to this 1 hour fair value gap, took London low, immediately came back up, came back down, tested it right there. Might be, not might be. We are displacing up. And we have that inversion. So we have this fair value gap. We have this inversion. So now, even though we have this big gap down here, I'm really not too worried about it because I'm more bullish, right? So now I'm going to see if I get a confirmation in here. I might not. But that's why I love the confirmation. We do have a 5-minute fair value gap that we're in as well. I'm not too worried about that one because we did trade all the way back up to the to rebalance it. But we'll see. Doesn't mean we're going long yet because we could have some more structure develop. But I do want to be prepared in case if the market is just like, yeah, we're going long. Because y'all know that does happen. Okay, we took this low. So now I'm going to watch this here for an entry. Because that's outside of the fair value gap. And I'm probably going to have a pretty close, pretty tight stop on this. What time is it? 9:53. If it does come up and I get an entry somewhere right around here, this 942, 945 area, I'm likely going to put my stop just at this fair value gap right here because I don't want to see it come back into it. If it does, like, it's not looking like it really wants to give an entry just yet. So here's what I'm thinking it might do. It might come all the way back down to this area here. Right here. I want to see if it gets past that. Or actually right here. See how it holds up right in this area at about 907. But this is better because it gives it a chance to pull up into this imbalance here, pull back, and create some of that structure. I do prefer if it creates a market structure versus just displacing and going. All right, right in here. Let's see if we get past this down close candle right here. There's the midpoint right here, 900. I erased those because at this point, like, I need another Bissy or something to go long. I'm not looking to long anymore right this second. Excuse me. So this past weekend, I have two jet skis, and I took one's a smaller one, and I really didn't like it that much. I bought it, in the summer, and it was fast. It was decently fast, but it was smaller. And what I like to do is where I live, like, it's not just a lake. Like, I'm by Galveston and all that. So I have a lot of areas I can go explore. There's like different islands you can like drive into in Galveston Bay. So it's really like nice. And the smaller one, like some days, like it just can't keep up because it's fast, but like you get a little bit of choppiness, just a little bit of waves, and that thing can't keep up. So I was like, you know what? Let me do something. I went and traded it in and got a another matching jet ski for my bigger one. So yesterday, it was cold. I was like, no, I'm testing this thing out. And I went and tested it out on the water. and just for like an hour. But it was cold. It was cold. I was the only jet ski out there. Everybody else was on their little fishing boats with their gear on, and I'm out there on a jet ski looking crazy. That was all I did for the weekend. My daughter had a cheer dinner last night, so we went and did that for my youngest daughter with her cheer team. So that was cool. Went to a little restaurant, little Tex-Mex and margarita. Can't go wrong with that. All right, that area is holding right now, but I'm not sure. I mean, we'll see what happens here. It's about to be 10. The market's kind of, I mean, it is Monday. There's no news. I always come into Monday with that kind of expectation of, especially when there's no news or anything going on. It's like, all right, it's Monday. Depending on what happened last week, too, if there was like a lot of action last week, it could be looking for like the dust to settle, kind of. But I try to come in Monday with a low expectation and just kind of let the market come to me. I think I saw Bitcoin was coming down again. Really didn't check, but I saw posts about that. Silver's going on another run again today since last night. Oh, nice. Shadow. Yeah, I've always kind of wanted to get into wine. I know there's so much to learn and all that, and I've kind of wanted to, but I don't know. I just can't. The thing is, for me, like, I don't like the dry wines. There's very few that I've actually tasted, and I'm like, oh, that's good. So I like the sweeter ones, but it's just, I don't know. I've tried many times. I'm just not big into wine. You love wine? Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've tried expensive wine, cheap wine. I don't know. I just haven't been able to get into it. Yeah, that's me too, Chris. That's why I like kind of the sweeter. But I know it's not really supposed to go with a bunch of stuff. It's more of like a dessert type wine. Yeah, like Moscato is what I'll drink. Moscato. Like, I love Moscatos. But all right, that area's holding so far. It looked like we were gonna try to displace up, but right now, look at the bodies. Remember, the bodies tell the story and the wicks do the damage. So that candle I marked right there is holding up for now. We'll see if this swing. So this potentially, unless something changes here and we really just head down, this might end up being a long-term low develop here. I'll keep my eye on that. And I say that because we could see short-term low, hold, an intermediate term low, and then if we get another little short-term low and this one stays protected, then we potentially could see some displacement up. I'm going to keep my eye on that. But I mean, I do have reason for, you know, on the short side as well. If it does displace and decide to go lower, but I'm still at the moment favoring long a little bit more. Hey, Max. Yeah, I'm not a beer drinker really either. I mean, I really don't drink much, hardly ever. Like, I'll drink maybe once, have a drink maybe once a month or so. Maybe once every month or 2 months. I just don't drink much. But like when I do, like I really don't enjoy the flavor of beer. Like I'll do like a craft beer, like an IPA or something, but really don't enjoy the flavor of a beer. Now, if you deck it out, you give me like a Modelo with some lime and salt, I'll take that. But don't really enjoy it that much. I do like flavor. So like I don't know. And it depends on the like what I'm doing. Yeah, day trading is enough to give you a buzz in itself. The dopamine hits, it's all you need. All right, look. We're showing displacement. Like, displacement is a cure-all for everything, for the most part. You make your own beer? I've even looked into that. Like, I thought that'd be cool to learn, like, you know, the whole fermenting process and, like, or whatever. And I always thought that'd be kind of cool. And I've even thought it'd be cool to look into, like, get into whiskeys, like the casking and all that stuff. I don't know. I think of random stuff like that sometimes, and I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. And I start looking it up, and I get like researching, and then I'm like, after a couple days of that, I kind of just like, never mind. I have enough hobbies. Well, I wouldn't say hobbies. I have enough things I do. All right, so now see it's showing the willingness at the moment to trade straight through. That's all I needed. So like I say every day, I find areas of key areas that I want to see if price is willing to trade to. I identify targets outside of those areas, and if it shows me that I wants to trade through those key areas that I'm pointing out, then hey, I'm willing to take a trade, willing to take a risk once it shows me, and then try to take it to a target. All right, now we're in that 1 minute fair value gap. Let's see if this area holds up as and we can push lower or not. However, if we trade straight up through this and create an inversion here, we're going up. This is going to be a key fair value gap. Because we didn't come down, go up, and create that breaker where we just came straight down, made a lower low, and then a very clean breaker. So if it does trade up through this one, then we're going to go up. If it doesn't, we'll see. I would be looking at a change in state of delivery up here, but we have all these little 15-second fair value gaps. I want to make sure we can come down through. Man. I might give this a shot here. Yeah, I'm going short here. Since we rejected right off the midpoint of this fair value gap, 86, about a 26-point stop. I did want to see it come down a little bit lower first, but I'm taking the risk. See if we get down to that sell side liquidity there. We have the midnight opening price, so it could bounce that. Make sure all my accounts got filled. They did. Once we hit midnight opening price, I may move to break even just in case. And I really don't want to see it come back to this 1 minute. Oops, I modified my stop loss. Didn't mean to do that. I'm going to move my stop right to this fair value gap because I don't want to see it come back to it. And that'll leave me a pretty small stop. And I got knocked out. Small loss there, but I'm good with it. Because I don't like this little... Let me explain why. Why I'm not that confident in this. Because I'm a little more bullish, right? We made this low, and when we came up here, I didn't want to see this action. What I would have preferred to see is it come down here, pull up, make this low further back in this area. Like, I want to see it make this low further back in this area. The fact that it came up, inverted this one, did all this action, and then just shot down, kind of gave me like a stop run vibe. Like, man, this is just doing some stop hunting here. And then we pulled up, and from here, I wanted to see it keep going. I didn't want to see it come back up into this area at all. The fact that it just came back up here is telling me, like, it might invert this and start making its way up. Might not, but I didn't want to see it come back and touch this fair value gap anymore. So, reduce my stop. Actually, I took a 60, 76, 10. I put my stop at, it would have been like 11 points. But I guess where I got filled was about 15, which is fine. I'm good with that. So now I'm going to wait again. And if we displace lower again, then I'd be more comfortable in a short. But for the moment, I'm really not sold on this short yet. W pattern on the 15-second chart. Oh. Yeah, I don't really look at patterns like that. Especially on a 15-second. That's like, that thing could change in an instant. So now at this moment, at this point, I mean, I want to see continued displacement lower for me to be like, yeah, we're going to go lower. Otherwise, I mean, we're around this London low. We bounced right off this new day opening gap. Like, it's not, I don't like the hesitation to continue displacing, to keep going lower. That's the big reason why I tightened my stop up to this fair value gap. Much rather take a 15 points loss than it rip up and take a full 30 plus point loss. And then that way, if it does displace lower, I can be more confident and then get in again. And then it take off that time. Because regardless, I would have taken a full loss on this if I would have left my stop there. Because I had my stop at this swing high right here, which was about 892. And I got in at 66. So I saved about 10 points. It should have been less, but all good. Slight red, slight red. Actually, if this is all I walk away with today in terms of losing, I'd be very happy with this day because I'm really trying to manage my money management. I mean, as always, right? But if the majority of my trades are 10 to 20 point losses, then you have no choice but to make money when your wins are 35, 40, 50, 60 points. And it may keep coming down. And you see another thing that I don't like that I was watching. Go to the 15-minute chart. There's no fair value gaps after the open. There's no signs that we're about to get a fair value gap after the open. So that's what, like, you know, we just went to this new bar a couple minutes ago. So watching this one, it's like, okay, it may look like, because here's the wick over here to the left, it may be looking like it's ready to go, but as soon as it pulled back up here, like, that's why I want it out as well, because if it pulls back up here to this gap, then we're basically immediately rebalancing and not leaving an imbalance. So, like, I don't like that. If it's going to displace and keep going, then on this 15-minute chart, it would have stayed down here, went to this new bar that we're at now, leaving an imbalance, and it didn't do that. So another little key indicator that whether it's going to keep going or not. Always watching that 15-minute chart. Stopped out on your short. Anybody else get short on that? Or at all this morning? All right, I'm watching this right here. See if that holds. And I might not get anything else, but we'll see. At this point, I really would love it to displace higher and do kind of like what I was wanting it to do. But we will see. Now that could actually be turning into a rejection block on the 15-minute as well. If you look here, right at the midpoint, right there. Anytime you see a wick go to stop at the midpoint of that long wick like that, could be rejection. Now we got inversion here. And this one should be a good inversion. Might actually look at this one. In the midpoint of it. But see, now look at this. Look at all these wicks here. Look where all the bodies are. Looking a little messy as of now. Man, sorry guys. That makes this crap all in my nose and throat. Let's see. Might not get much else. Come on, NQ. What are we doing here? It's in an area that you know, that I like. Just need it to do something here. Probably give it about another 10 minutes or so, and then call it. Hop off the stream. And that's typically why I stay on till around 10:30, and only stream for about an hour or so, because I gotta usually hop off and work on stuff. So it's like we're trying to reclaim this one again here. My lips got all chapped from riding with that cold air, cold wind. It's annoying, uncomfortable. Yes, there's a little SIBI in here. I'm not looking to short that. It might work since it reclaimed this one, but I'm just not confident right now in it. $10.30. That little SIBI's just sure is going to hold up. Well, since we didn't close the opening range gap, I'm going to have to save this on my chart. Make sure I don't erase that. In case if it leaves it there all day. 2, 23, 26. All right, y'all. I'm going to hop off here. It's 10:30, 10:31. It's kind of looking a little stagnant for now. I say that and it's probably going to displace lower. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'd be looking for now. If it displaces lower, to continue down through this 807, maybe even try to keep going. I just don't think we expand that much today, but it could. We'll see. If not, if we do displace higher, then I got it going up into this probably 080 new week opening gap up there. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. All right. I'm going to hop off. Y'all have a great rest of your day. And as always, trade well, everybody. Take care. I'll see y'all tomorrow.